Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our session on the IAS PCSwala Delhi current affairs, and we know that under this session we are going to do a detailed study of all the important news. The first thing, after that we will provide the notes for the revision. So the notes that will be all the highlighted portion will be there, those who are important and you must have to go through. Okay, these notes you can download from the telegram channel. Okay, and after that it also include a mains questions and you have to write, and after that we are also going to provide the model answer for the same question. Okay, and it will have the utmost standard of the UPSC. Beside that, we also provide the 5 to 6 question, many a times 7, 8, 9 question, between 5 to 10 question. That will be the variation for the prelims question that you can solve and you can practice of the topics those you have covered. Okay, so these will be a type of a complete package, full package for the daily current affairs. And if you will be doing on a daily basis, as we calculated that even if the average number of the question is 7, and just expect that 300 days you are going to solve, so it will be near about 2100 question, like the 21 mock test you are going to solve for the current affairs. So you will have a very strong ground whenever you are going to appear in the UPSC prelims. Beside that, on a daily basis, if you are writing the one question in the 300 a day, it will be 300 mains questions, and it means that in one paper of the UPSC mains there are the 20 questions. So it means that 15 mock tests for the mains you are writing in the normal process. This will not create the burden on you, but in the smooth manner you are doing all these things, practicing all these things. So you will have a very high level as compared to the other if you are just following on a daily basis on a rigorous manner. If you are going to solve, you are able to cover the 50% of the syllabus by this current affairs. So even if you are going near about 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, even if after the revision and multiple revision solving and writing all the mains question, even if it takes the 2 hours, this is deserving because you are going to cover 50%, near about GS paper 2, GS paper 3 fully covered under this, 100% coverage for the GS paper 2. Polity, governance, international relations. If you are covering, there is no need for the separate study except for the few of the basic area. And we will also cover the basic area under this cover or this lectures. Beside that, GS paper 3, most of the area will be covered, and many times like the in the GS paper 1, society area will be covered. Many a times geography section also comes, many times history sections also covered. So you will have a holistic approach, holistic coverage of the most of the syllabus. Even if you talk about the ethics, most of the time there is the case study and events that you can use into the ethics paper as well as. And if you are going to that level of on the GS paper 1, 2, 3, 4, you will be easily able to write the essay. So this is the reason that you should be very serious about this daily current affairs, because we are providing everything under this and no content we avoid, we left out. Okay, so we do very rigorous work and we provide a material that has the standard of the UPSC. Okay, so please follow all this thing. Let's start our session with the topic that we are going to cover. We will start with the Supreme Court stay on the government notification. Okay, so here we see that the Supreme Court has says that this fact check unit that was notified by the central government should be not implemented. Please wait, and there is the one of the judge that will give its opinion, and then we will think that whether it is violating any law or not. So it will be for the GS paper 2, and mainly it will be for the mains perspective. So you should be very careful about this thing. Next topic that we are going to cover is the Tamil Nadu governors defying the Supreme Court orders. So Chief Justice of India has criticized and yes, scolded the Tamil Nadu governor for not appointing one of the ministers despite the recommendation from the Chief Minister of the Tamil Nadu. So it will be for the prelims perspective. We will know that what is the discretionary power and what are the power of the governor. Again, the mains perspective, because this you can use into the center-state tussle into the area of the administration. Okay, so this will be also there, and the role of the governors, and the governor's role is very important. Many a times UPSC has asked, there has been the committees that has been formed for the governor as well. After that, we are going to cover this panel to study the scope for the altering power lines into the Bustard habitat. Okay. So here we will study that how this Bustard, there was the order from the Supreme Court that please keep this line, electricity lines, that transmission lines under the ground, because these Indian Bustard, they have been mainly collide with these wires, and there is the loss of a lot of the losses and the death. Okay, so it will be for the prelims perspective, for the environment as well as, okay, so this will be under the GS paper 3. After that, we will study that water and instrument to build the world peace. Here, today is the World Water Day, and that's why you should remember this for the prelims perspective. Besides that, there is a lot of area that has been discussed, that what should be needed to conserve and preserve the water, what should be the needed for the increase the efficiency of the water. All these things will be used into the mains. You can use under the GS paper 3, agriculture as well as the environment, for the better use of the resources. Okay. Then we will have the recap of the MIRV technology. Again, this will be just recap, so this will be for the prelims, GS paper as well as GS paper 3, science and technology, and the defense section. Okay. Then we will study that should the judges accept the official post after the retirement. So this talk about the judicial independence, whether judicial is reflecting itself unbiased or not. So it will be for the means you can write a very good answer, and there are the chances that the way many of the judges, for example, this is in the context of the High Court judge resigned and joined the BJP and now going to contest the election. So this pose a question that what is the judicial independence, how the people is going to perceive all these things. So mains is specific. After that, we will study that nuclear energy fixing the finance. So financial issue is there, and there has been the financial crunch. So we will study under the mains analysis. Okay. So this will be for the GS paper 3. And after that, we will study that why the Pakistan carry out the air strike into the Afghanistan, and this will be for the international relation. And this is particularly, this will be helpful into the locating these different locations where the strike has been done. So for the prelims, okay. And for the mains, you should know that what has been the triangular relation between the Pakistan, Afghanistan, and somewhat we can understand some of the internal dynamics and the politics of the Pakistan and Afghanistan. In the last, we will study that the March flash PMI signals a sharp rise in the output. So what is the purchasing manager index? This is the basics we will study for the prelims. So this is all about from the today's news analysis. We will cover one by one. So let's start with the front page. So the front page start with a very sensational news that the party BJP has received the maximum number of the donation, and the company that has donated is the MEIL. This is the Hyderabad-based Mega Engineering and Infrastructure Limited. Okay, so here it is given. So there is not that much relevant area that has been covered. Only it has given the fact that which company has paid to the whom. So here the company name and the party that has been given. Okay. So okay, so mostly there is this type of the data is given that is not that much important. So we will not cover all this. Okay. Beside that, again, the same thing has been given here, that the SBI has said that yeah, we have provided all the data, and here we have it's mentioned that only two things we have not provided: the full account, bank account number, and KYC, due to the security region of those parties and those purchasers. Okay, those donors. So this is all about. The next news again sensational, that ED arrest Delhi CM Kejriwal into the excise policy case. So what is the main reason? What is the reason for the arrest? The main reason for the arrest has been here. It has given that there has been the corruption and the money laundering in the formulation and execution of the state government excise policy for the 2021-2022. This is the main thing here. And what is this? What is meant by the state government excise policy? What they have done? So this is the policy that is related to the how they are going to give the licensing for the liquor and setting the price regulation. So there has been the collusion between those who have those vendor that has been allotted, those who has been provided the pricing of, as well as the distribution networks. Maybe it is like the when the policy is made to the favor some of the person. So this is considered as the you take the bribe and you are making the policy as per the those few of the person who have given you bribe. So here this is the main case, the corruption and the money laundering, two things. So under this policy, what is governed, this is for the governance of the manufacturing, sale, distribution, taxation, and of the alcoholic beverage. Okay, so it is for the alcoholic beverage. Okay, so you should be clear. Everyone know that there has been the arrest. Very few know that what is this mean by the excise duty. So excise duty is imposed on this manufacturing, sales, and the distribution. And this is made by the policy is made by the state government, and that's why the Delhi state government has been questioned. And already there has been the arrest of the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is in the jail. There has been the Rajya Sabha member, the Sanjay Singh, he is also in the jail. One of the functionaries, Vijay Nair, he was the party communication in charge, he is in the jail. But please don't confuse with the Satyendra Kumar, the health minister Satyendra Kumar, he is in the jail in the some another case, not into this state excise policy case. So you should be clear. Next important news, here it is given that SC state notification on the establishment of the fact check unit. So we will study this further. There has been discussed into the detail on the page 6. So we will study that on that particular page. Next news that is again sensational. Here the Tamil Nadu government is not ready to give the oath of the minister for the he even despite the order from the Supreme Court that yes we have stayed the conviction, so you can go and you can give the oath, there is no issue. But the governor is of the hell bent that he is not going to give the oath, and he is thinking about the constitutional morality. In that case, the Supreme Court asked that what type of the constitutional morality you are talking. Already we have stayed the conviction. What is this? This means we are the wrong. You are talking about the Supreme Court's morality. Here the opposition leader, also opposition advocate has also asked that this means that best argument of the governor had, I will defend on the constitutionally illegal conduct by the pointing finger or how the state has come to Supreme Court. This is the question, that what is the region, how the state has approached to the Supreme Court. This is also being questioned. So in that case, the Chief Justice asked that if you will not to do as per the whatever given into the Constitution, so where the state will go? The state will come to the constitutional bench, and it is supposed to Supreme Court. So what is the wrong with that? Even this was asked by why the Tamil Nadu is reaching to the Supreme Court. Okay, so here there has been the very heated argument, and in a case, if you will see it like that, even the Supreme Court judge, the Chief Justice of India, he has scolded the governor that please do, otherwise we will give the order. And this is like the contempt of the court also. You are not following the order, so here it is given that we are giving 1 day and please follow. And if you will not follow, we will so. So see, here it has given that you have the overnight, 1 night, and just take the decision. Okay. So here all this thing has been given. So you should know that what is the rule that to make this chief minister under Article 164, it gives the provision that governor has to follow whatever the advice that is given by the chief minister in the case of the appointment of the minister. So let's see that Article 164. So here it is the article 164. It talks that the chief minister shall be appointed by the governor and other ministers shall be appointed by the governor on the advice of the chief minister. So here, if the chief minister is giving order and there is no criminal case, there is no illegality, so why the delay? Okay. And this same article also gives that the Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to the Legislative Assembly of the state. It is not the governor. Okay, so here you should know that if the majority is enjoyed by the Chief Minister and his Council of Ministers into the state assembly legislature, so they can be into the government, and if the tenure is still to be completed, if it is not 5 years. So this is the case. So here you should be very careful about this thing. Next important news is with respect to the panel to study the scope for altering the power lines in the Bustard habitat. So most, you should know the basics about this great Indian bustard. They are now the critically endangered. So please remember they are the critically endangered, very less than 100. Their number is around 136, something like that. Okay, so they are the critically endangered. Please remember this is very important because they have remained into the news. And one more fact you should know that they have the long-legged bird and one of the heaviest flying bird. They fly and they have the very high weight. Okay, so please remember if the question comes into the prelims, this is very much probable that the question can come. And the main habitat area is the Gujarat and Rajasthan. So please remember what is their scientific name. It is the Ardiotis nigriceps. So please remember this as well. Okay, so this is thing that you should know. The mainly they are depleting. Their number is dwindling. It is due to the habitat loss and also due to their death due to this transmission lines. Transmitters they fly and they have a lot of weight. So look that there is the transmission lines, and this is not visible from the far away. They are coming. Okay, they are coming from the distance. Okay, and they collide with these wires, and due to that they die. Okay, so this is the main region here, and that's why in one of the orders Supreme Court said that please do this in the underground because this is the causing the death and there is the existential issue of these birds. So this is now again the Supreme Court is talking that there should be the balance between all this thing. Okay, so you should remember. Next important news is with respect to the Supreme Court stayed the government notification on the establishing the fact check unit. So what is this fact check unit? There is the central government that notified that wherever there is the post on the social media and this OTT platform, we will try to check the fact with respect to the central government is given is right or not. Okay, so in that case, it is challenged into the Supreme Court that it is going to curb the freedom of speech and expression, and whatever that is not liked by the center, that will be removed, and it will be not removed in the platform like the YouTube and the Facebook and Instagram. All they will be penalized. Okay, so this is going to the against to the freedom of speech and expression given by the Article 19, and that's why this is being challenged. And Supreme Court has states. Supreme Court has please wait and do not implement this law until and unless there is one more judge of the High Court or Bombay High Court that is going to give his opinion. So this is the case. So here it is contested that why only for this central government, and why the central government himself checking his own facts, why you are becoming your own judge and the case is with respect to you as well. So this is the case here. It is given that the rule that you should remember that has been brought, it is under the Information Technology Intermediary Guideline Digital Media Ethics Code Rule 2021. So this has been here. This is continuously into the news and this look, and other thing that has been asked that why you have brought just before the election. This is the other thing that has been questioned here. Next important news is with respect to the water scarcity and how we can preserve the water. So it is about the water and instrument to build the world peace. So now it is into the news because today it is the World Water Day. So please remember. And yes, this is the 22nd of the March, and this is the World Water Day. So please remember, because this is important for the prelims as well as for the any of the other competitive examination. What is the theme? Water for the peace. This is the theme. So this thing is the very important for the state PCS as well as the prelims examination. Okay. Then the deep analysis for the mains, and here it start with the what is the scenario at the global level. The main region for the global crisis on the water is the different thing like the rapid urbanization and industrialization, as well as the practices into the agriculture that is unsustainable, climate change, erratic rain pattern. Okay. So overuse of the water and continuously increasing the population, that is resulting into the overuse. Okay, and people do not think that this water belong to them. They think that this is the free thing, and as much as you will spend, this is the beneficial to you. But the thing is that this is not the free. We have to pay the cost, a very high cost, even with respect to the other commodities. So please be very careful that what is the primary reason for this crisis. Here it is given. Okay. And the level is that this water scarcity has now reached to that level, because if the water is not, you will not able to do agriculture and farming, so it will threat the food security, and yes, here, and it will ultimately affect the peace, because if the water is scarce, there will be the tussle between the different nations. For example, internally, you see that there is always the tussle between Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. They fight with each other because they need water, and yes, they demand for the water. Besides that, we see that the water war, that there could be the such scarcity into the West Asian countries. We also see that Pakistan and India, many times there is the tussle on the this Indus water. Okay, Brahmaputra water. So Brahmaputra river and the water associated with that. So please be very careful that this affect the peace, and that's why it is water for the peace. Okay. Already we have seen that in the 17 countries, there is the level of the scarcity of the water has reached to the extreme level. This is the condition. Okay. So what is the condition in India? India, you can see that naturally India is at the disadvantageous position. We have now near about 17 to 80% of the world population, but the percentage of the water resource is only 2.4%. So you should be very careful. This is important that you should know that only we have the 2.4%. Please remember, this is you can use for the writing your answer. You can give this data that only 2.4% of the world water resource, fresh water resource, not the overall water resource, because only we have the 3% of the total water resource that is the fresh. Otherwise 97% are in the ocean, and they are the salty and they cannot be used. So those of 2.4% of the fresh water, okay. And it is only, it is near about 70% of the world population. This is the case, world population. So please remember, please note down, this is very important. Okay. What is the condition? Where is the use of this? Here it is given that the most of the water is being used into the agriculture. It is natural, and after that municipal at the different level, and after that it is the industrial use. So household use it the near about 16%, industrial use 12%. So there is always confusion that whether the household use is more or the industrial use. So household use is more. Okay. So here the ratio of the groundwater to consumption that has crossed in the many of the states more than 100%. It means that the groundwater consumption to the availability. For example, if you have availability of 1,000 and you are consuming 1,400, so it is more than the availability. So you will think that if the availability is only 100, how you can use 1,400? This is not possible. This availability is not for the 1 year. This is for the 1,000th of the year. That is the calculation, and it could be in the billion of the liters. But on the yearly basis, that we calculate this is the 1,000, and out of this we are using that. So it is that's why you think that you have to consume in a such a manner that you have to careful about the future generation. You are going to you shouldn't impact the future need of the upcoming generation. Here you are impacting if it is the more than 100%. So now we are using the more than 100%, but in the future there will be the fight for this. Okay. So many of the states like the Punjab, Rajasthan, Delhi, Haryana, and please be very careful. If you will look that these are the states, these are the region where the green revolution was successful, and green revolution, the negative impact of the green revolution is that they have depleted the water table in these regions. So please very careful. However, this consumption, groundwater consumption to the availability is that much 77%, 74% into the states such as the Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra. So here it is given the data, so you should be careful. Next important area that you should be careful about that too. Despite we have the large number of the water bodies, and yes, we have covered the large area, but the thing is that due to the lack of or inappropriate the catchment treatment measures, bad design and poor maintenance of these water bodies, we are facing that there has been the siltation of these water bodies, and there has been the reduced storage capacity and low efficiency, and in the last this result into the water scarcity. Beside that, what are the reasons for the water scarcity? High density of tube well and networks. If the high density of tube well means there will be the more and more extraction of the water for the agriculture. If you need 100 liter, if you have the tube well and you do not have aware of the necessity of the water, you will extract more and more. In the many cases in the Punjab, they just they start their pumping set, and after that they sleep in the night, and whole night there is they flood the field, and there is the wastage of the water. So it is also due to the free electricity also, the subsidy that is provided on the electricity. This is need of the farmers, but there is also consideration that the subsidy is provided in such a manner that it shouldn't result into the misuse of water. Water scarcity is also very grave issue. Okay. Besides that, we have the discharge of the sewage water and the grey water into the fresh water river bodies that deteriorate, that pollute these water bodies, and that's why cause the water scarcity. Okay. You should know that the rain-fed region covers 48% of the land area, and it contributes nearly 45% of the gross agriculture product. So it shows that the India is totally dependent on the this rain-fed region. Okay, so this is the India's food grain comes from this rain-fed region, and that's why it is only due to the lack of the irrigation facility. Okay, so we need a balanced approach where we need to go for the traditional indigenous method to conserve the water, as well as the new technology such as the this micro irrigation. Okay, automation, all this thing is also needed. New technology is needed to monitor this water use in a better manner. And traditional indigenous method, because that is available into the low cost. Okay, you must have heard of the body and other such thing that is used for the water conservation. In the last, it is talking about the vital role of the rain harvesting. So what is the rain harvesting? There are a lot of other methods, but the one of the method is the rain harvesting. So let's see what is the rain harvesting. Just give me 1 second. Here, okay. So here, what is the rain harvesting? Here there will be the rainfall, and we will make a recharging pit. All the rainwater or all the other water that is used, that is collected in here. And after that, there will be the filtering. Here we will filter, and after that we will sanitize it, and we will use. Here it will be filtered, and it will reach to the main tank. It is the main tank or the main wall. Main tank. Main tank is this. Okay, and after that again the supply to the house. So this will come into here. This will connect it to here. After filtration, sanitation, everything is after the precaution, it will go back. So this is the method by that rain harvesting is done. So this is very important. So here it is said that rain harvesting at the in situ and the ex situ. In situ means close to the house where the rainfall is there. Ex situ means if the rainfall is taking place here into the Delhi and we are storing at the other place, so that will be ex situ. Means if the rainfall is taking place into the Lucknow and we are harvesting into the Basti or the Gonda or the Bareilly or the Kanpur. Okay, so place that the storage area is somewhere else, so this will be the ex situ. So please be very careful. What are the other things that we can use for this? Government has also initiated so many programs for that, and such programs such as the per drop more crop under the Prime Minister कृषि सिंचाई योजना, there is the गांव का पानी गांव में, खेत का पानी खेत में. These are all this under the these programs like the प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना, watershed management mission, अमृत सरोवर and Jal Shakti Abhiyan. So please you should know the basics about all this thing. We will cover this as well. Okay. So what is this all this thing, this program? So here it is given the basics of the program. This Pradhan Mantri Kisai Sichai Yojana, this talks about particularly is focus on the expanding the cultivable area under the assured irrigation, and particularly the focus is on the micro irrigation. We provide the subsidies for the micro irrigation. So this has the components such as the Har Khet Ko Pani. Please remember this. Per drop more crop means each drop should be used. There should be the no wastage of a single drop, and watershed. What is a watershed? You should have the clarity that watershed is a very broader concept. It includes the water conservation, it includes the prevention of the soil erosion, it include the best use of the nearby forest area, employment, providing the employment of the local people as well. So this watershed development is very important concept. So please remember that. Here it is given as watershed management, and it comes under the Ministry of the Rural Development. Here it has given that this comes under the Ministry of the Jal Shakti. So please don't confuse with the Ministry of the Jal Shakti and the Ministry of the Rural Development. Okay. So water asset management is talking about the soil and water conservation as well as afforestation, rainwater harvesting, livelihood generation activity. So please remember, if anything that is given and if asked that it comes under the watershed management, yes, it comes. So for the prelims, please remember. What is this mission Amrit Sarovar? This is talking about the development and rejuvenating of the at least 70 water bodies into the each district. Again, this is coming under the Ministry of Rural Development. There could be the confusion whether it comes out the Ministry of the Jal Shakti or this Ministry of the Rural Development. So please be very careful. We have provided the ministry website. If you want more and more information, you can click and you can go and you can take more information. Okay. Jal Shakti Abhiyan, what is this? This is mainly a awareness campaign, and it is at the national level for the conservation and the rainwater harvesting. So this is talking about this. This is the first leg of this. This is talking at the center or urban center, and not after that it is talking about the large scale at the national level. So this is all about you should know. So here we have covered that what are the area that we need to go through the government effort. Here it is given, and beside that we have a protocol for the revival of the pond and water. Already we are talking about the water conservation, but what is lacking? The protocol on the revival of the pond and this river. So there need to a such protocol. Okay. So this is all about here. What additionally we can do? Additionally, we can do the monitoring the groundwater table and also the implementing the price mechanism. Monitoring the groundwater table, because you have to monitor that what is at the different position, the level, and as for that you can manage, you can standardize the use of water. Implementing the pricing mechanism, because whenever you are giving something to the free, absolutely free cost, there is the chances of the misuse. So if there will be the metering, even if there is the very low price, at least the people will be careful. Even if you will put the price of the 5 paise per liter, You don't have to go for the very high, means 5 rupees, 10 rupees. Just take the 5 passes, 10 passes. The people will be very, very careful. They will calculate that if the 100, there will be the 100 liter use, there will be the 5 rupees. At least they are going to pay something, and people don't want to pay. If they will be careful. If they have to pay, they will be careful. So pricing is very important, despite if it has the low cost. Then it is talking about the micro irrigation system and the IoT based automation. So micro irrigation is talk about the in the micro irrigation what is done. Like in the normal irrigation, if there is the field, this is the field. Okay, so this is the field. If this is the field, okay. In the normal irrigation method, we flood this all the field, and by that we irrigate. We fulfill the need of these plants, this crop need. Okay, this is the way that we do. But in case of the micro irrigation, what we do, if there is these plants in the field, what we do, we bring the pipe till this, and we give the water droplet at the root where it is needed. By that we save the water. We misuse of the water is reduced, and we also reduce the weeds, unwanted plants we eliminate, because if the water is not in other area, weed will not germinate, they will not originate. So this is a very efficient method of the saving the water. So micro irrigation is important. IoT based automation means if you forget to close or the switch of your that pumping machine, even if you are sitting at the far away, you can monitor that yes, now already the sufficient water has been given to the plants, so you can switch on, switch off. So it will make this even irrigation by the micro irrigation more efficient. Automation is very important. For example, if you have the connection with your mobile phone to all the connection of the switch, lights, bulbs, fans, AC, heaters of your house, and you are at some other places. Even you will monitor that how many bulbs are there switch on. Do I need? If you have forget, you can switch off. So this enhance the efficiency. You must have faced this thing that you forget to switch off your geyser or switch off your AC. You have to come again, and by that many times you are at that far away place. You do not come again to just switch off. Even if you are coming again to switch off, you are using the fuel by the travel, and that is causing the negative impact to the environment. So are you getting how this is going to impact? So how this has the very positive impact here. Then it is talking about the installation of the water meters, again metering, the same thing. Promoting the community awareness and the participation is very important. It's give the sense of the what is the worth, what is the cost, what is the relevance of the water, and by the community participation we can make a positive impact to change in the behavior. Okay, and also there will be a concerted effort. So all this thing is here. We also need to encourage the neutrality in the groundwater and land use, cultivating low water requirement crops, and adopting the optimal crop forms. Such as here it is talking about the neutrality. For example, if there is the MSP for the sum of the crop that is taking more water. For example, rice. So it consumes the more water. So there is no neutrality. You are favoring this particular crop. So in that case, there should be the proper way of the designing and fixing this MSP price as well, so that it can be take care of all this water efficiency. Okay. Building resilience against the climate change. This is the measures such as reducing the loss in the water distribution system. Many times whenever you must be traveling, you must have watched that some of the pipe that provide the water that is for the distribution of water into the cities, there is the hole, there is the leakages, and that cause lot of wastage. Besides that wastage, this also create the logging problem in the area. So if you are not able to measure and reduce this water distribution leakages and losses, this has the multiple negative impact. Means there will be the damage of the road, that where the water logging is there, water will clog, there will be the traffic, more and more use of the fuel again in due to the congestion. congestion, due to the traffic, all this is a thing will be there. Enabling the integration and collaboration of the research industry and academia so that there could be the proper research. For example, if the academia don't know need of the farmers, so how they could develop the machine technology that is the more efficient. So if there is the linkage between these all and industry and the farmers, everything, so they will ask that what is your need. They will be aware of the each of the need of the people, consumers, farmers, and they will make the tools and the technology as per their need, and that will be the more efficient and more effective. So this is all about, this is very important article, and you should read at least 3 times to get clarity, and it has a lot of relevant content. So please give some time and please go through all these provision. At least you should know the basic about this, all these programs that have been provided. So there is one question for the mains. Please write. This question will be relevant for the GS paper 1, GS paper 3 as well. So here the theme of the World Water Day of 2024, Water for the Peace, underscore the vital role of the water in fostering peace and enhancing the quality of life. Discuss the significance of this theme in the context of the India's water challenge and importance of adopting an integral approach to the water management. So 250 words, 15 marks. So how you will start? You will start with again the India's situation. What is the situation, like the how much percentage of the world water is here, what is the population, okay, what is the condition like the monsoon pattern, all this you should mention. You start with that, good introduction. After that you should go for the what are the challenges. Here you will bring the India's challenges, okay, and then we will enter to the elaboration on the importance and adopting the integrated approach, why it is needed. Okay, you will talk about the such integrated approach like the rainwater harvesting, and yes, the need for the integration of the people, different need with the water. And okay, all these things you should bring. Then you should talk about the what are the steps that has been taken by the government, what are the people are doing, so all the steps, and in the last you will conclude with the suggestive remark and a positive tone. Okay, so yes, already we are making the effort, just we need to heighten our effort, more concentrated effort should be there, or should you could bring. We will please write the answer. Okay, it is very difficult to start writing the answer. This is the here, this is the place, this is particularly the people face lot of resistance. So whatever points comes in your mind, start writing. Don't care about the quality of answer. Here you have to just careful about that your dedication to write the answer. You have to break this inertia that comes whenever you go to write a answer. So please start writing. We will provide the model answer so that you could have the point that what you could have in this answer. Next important news that we will take is the new capability, and it is talking about the MIRV technology in the Agni 5. So already we have covered, just we have to cover some of the basics and again some of the area that we have not covered. So start with the basic that this can deliver the multiple nuclear warhead on a single missile. So there will be the missile, and yes, one missile will go. This is like the, again, I have explained this. This is the missile, and this will go to their destination. Here it will come, and there will be the many bomb will come out of this, and there will be the different target that it could, like it could be the Lahore, it could be the Islamabad, it could be the yes, it could be the Rawalpindi, any area, same thing, same missile will attack on that. So it will reduce the capacity to protect and defense system. Okay, even if there is the protection systems, it will target the one, but if there is the 4, it cannot target the 3. And again, if it will be 4, it will confuse. It is like the, if you are going to ball a Batman and out of one ball there is a 4 ball coming out. Okay, so the Batmans will not able to defend, even he will not able to hit a single ball. Okay, so this is the case here. It is to just make a confuse the enemy country. Okay, The second thing it is talking, that's why it is the multiple target, and this is going outside the atmosphere. That's why it need to re-entry into the atmosphere, and it need a very high technology, because whenever there is the re-entry, there is the very much there is a high technology that is needed to keep the target into the accuracy. Okay. It is the mission Divyastra, so please remember Divyastra, we have the Divyastra, okay? And it is developed by the DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization. So all this thing is for the prelims, this is for the over the 5,000, okay? So not only the Pakistan, we can target the China as well. And there is the very interesting story behind that, this Agni. And there is the sting of the pulse initiative of the China. So there was, it is the case when there was the NDA first government under the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and that particular time, George Fernandes, Mr. George Fernandes was the defense minister. So he was a bit socialist, and when the scientists were developing this Agni, so he suddenly take a meeting and ask that, why you are spending so much money for this development of these missiles? Already we have the missiles that target the Pakistan, 2,000, 3,000. Okay, so why you are going for the further extension of that? So the scientists said that, sir, we do not targeting for the Pakistan. Our main enemy is the China. We are developing our technology to face the Chinese attack or the Chinese aggression. So he comes suddenly, oh, it is the China. So the thing is that in the next day conference, when there was the journalist asking the question that, yes, why the India is going for that, despite there is so much in poverty, why we are spending money on the this military and this missile, why not we are spending the same money for the providing the food for the poor? So in that conference, he said that, listen, our main enemy is not the Pakistan, our main enemy is the China. And after that, the China comes, okay, you think that we are the main enemy. Okay, so we will show you that what is mean by the enemy. And after that, China started circling India across in the Indian Ocean. So this is the story of the sting of the case of the this sting of the pulse across the India. So please be careful about this thing. This is the thing. Okay. Next thing you should know is that there is the canisterization for the improved handling and operation. So what is the canisterization? So here you should know what is the canisterization. This is the shield that is brought, that is the missile will be inside the shield, and this will help it into the facing any of the TUs or the any of the breakdown. Okay, beside that, it also protect it from the any of the shock, and it create the shock absorption. Okay, it help into the transportation without any wear and tear. Okay, so this is the main thing. Okay, so this is known as the protective canister, sealed. It is sealed. So here after the sealing, this is the canister that is provided, and from the canister there could be the direct launch. So this is this give lot of lot of advantage. For example, it is ready to launch and it is the quick to development. For example, if you have the fixed at the somewhere, so if you have to launch from the some other places. For example, if you have fixed all this thing into the Kashmir and you have to fight into the Rajasthan, if it is the canister by there you can transport to the Rajasthan in the different area. Okay, if you have to fight into the West Bengal, you can brought. So there is the easy for the transportation and the deployment if it is the canisterized. So this Agni 5 is the canisterized. This is here it means. Okay. It has the indigenous avionics system and high accuracy sensor package. What is the avionics system? Means it has the computer to monitor the guide, to guide the missile. Okay. It has all this thing. There is the cameras to look that yes, whatever the target that is given, we are going to or going or not. And the sensor here to if there is the any of the missile system that is coming, it can manipulate. It can navigate as for that. Okay. So please remember all this thing. One more thing you should remember, that was the so much in the news into the 2019, just before the election, there was the Mission Shakti, and it gives India the a high power that we can attack, we can destroy the satellites as well. Okay, so India's first anti-satellite test that was under the Mission Shakti. So Mission Divyas and Mission Shakti, please remember. So under this Mission Shakti, what we did, we attacked, we destroyed the 300 kilometer away a satellite that was orbiting. So under this anti-satellite, what we do, we have learned that if this is the Earth and if the satellite that is revolving around that and it is providing the communication system and different type of the services here, if I will destroy that, this country will have the destruction, disruption of the all the communication and the such thing. For example, all the airport need this satellite system to navigation. Even for the transportation, there is need for the this satellite system. Banking system need for this satellite. So this technology create a robust strength for any of the nations. So you should remember that we have and very few nations have the such type of the technology. This RIMV technology is also with the Pakistan and China. Please remember. Okay. So what will help? How this is going to help this MIRV technology, this multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle, how it is going to help us? Because this shows that as we are following the no first use policy in the nuclear area. Our nuclear doctrine is that we will not attack any countries if that country doesn't have the nuclear weapon. This is the first point. The second point, that even if we will not attack the country who have the nuclear weapon until and unless that country is going to attack with the nuclear weapons. This shows that yes, we are weak. What is the benefit of having your nuclear weapon if you are not going to attack? So this gives a sense of the weakness of the country. But the third point that India brought, that if there will be the attack on the India, we will retaliate, and we will retaliate in such a manner that we will destroy everything. There will be the massive retaliation. India talks about the massive retaliation in case of the strike. Even a single strike, we will eliminate you from the map. This is the thing that gives the yes, we are the soft person, but it doesn't mean that we are the weak. We are being the humble despite we have the power. But yes, if you will attack, the response will be very high. Okay, so this is the case, and if we have the multiple independently targetable re-entry, so we can attack a lot of cities of a single nation. But there is a criticism of this no first use policy, that if there will be the attack from the nuclear weapon and the intensity and the capacity of these weapons is so that you will be not survive to retaliate. So there is the reconsideration for this no first use policy, because that technology from the nuclear weapon has become very stronger. Okay. So here it is talking about already we have the canisterization use, already we have the power to use the submarine for the nuclear weapon, but the thing is that we do not have power for the use of this MIRV technology into the submarine. Now we are going to develop that very soon. We will develop that as well. But yes, we have technology, means single attack from the marine is possible without this multiple MIRV technology. But yes, we have the technology that single atom bomb, this nuclear bomb can be delivered. So please remember that for the MIRV technology, we don't have the capacity, but for the single target we have. So what will happen into the Indian subcontinent? China and Pakistan have already this MIRV technology, and now there will be the arm race. Now we have done. Now the China and Pakistan will start developing the more and more better technology. They will use a lot of money in that. Again, the India will. So this is known as the arm race. Means I have the gun, you will have the machine gun, then you will brought the tank, so we will brought the missile. Money will go against this thing. So the war and yes, the battle, all this thing is not overall good for any country. Even in the personal life, if you have the fight with someone and you have some of the enmity with someone, despite you will be stronger, whatever your position, there will be the loss of mental peace. There will be the mental stress. Same is the country. You are going to get harm. whenever there is the enmity. So it is like the don't attack, don't, yes, but yes, this is the human nature, this is the country that we have. In the realistic world, everything is not idealistic. We need a bomb, we need machine, we need military, all this thing. So please remember all this thing. Next important news is with respect to there is a crowd, and it is talking about what is the political situation into the Tamil Nadu. So here it is talking that yes, in the Tamil Nadu there is the two opposition party, mainly it is the DMK and AIDMK, and they have made the coalition. But the thing is that new entry with the NDA, and it is the BJP that is putting a lot of weight to this Tamil Nadu. Okay, recently we saw that Kamal Hassan, he has also joined the DMK coalition, and this was the good move. And yes, there is no chance that as per the recent comment from the head of the AIDMK, Palniswamy, that yes, he is not showing any sign that he is going to join the BJP. Okay, so there was the comment criticism of the former chief minister of the Tamil Nadu. They were from the AIDMK, and they are not ready to accept all these things. Okay, so this is the condition that now in the 2024 there will be the three contenders. One will be the DMK, second will be the AIDMK, and BJP is also projecting a lot of weight and a lot of visibility. There has been the frequent visit from the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other higher officials from the Next important news is with respect to should the judges accept the official post after the retirement. So there is a very debated thing that has been come into the picture due to this picture. Okay, so this is the judge. Can you imagine this? This is the judge, and this can stoop to that low. And this is the case that we have considered. Means normally it was considered that the judiciary has the authority. They can say that yes, you are the government, you are the executive, you don't have that much power, limit keep into your limit. But the thing is that the judges like this is creating a situation in such a manner. Even this person is looking like, whoa, wow, this is the way. When I didn't thought that you will go to that extent. This is the case. Okay. So generally what is happening, if you have the guts, if you have the spine, you can stand and you can face any of the executive. That much power has been given to the judiciary, so that to maintain the judiciary, but due to the personal interest, due to the political interest into the different area, we have degraded the status of judiciary. So here the question comes that should there will be the law regulation to prevent such retirement, taking the resignation and coming to the politics and joining the politics? Is it needed? So as per the law, there is no law, or the constitution do not have provision to prohibit such entry of the judges into the politics. But the thing is that whenever the judges do such thing, there is always the perception into the people that the most of the judgment has been given on the basis of this inclination. For example, the government has the largest litigant into the court, and if those judges are entering into the politics, it must have been some of the favorable stand they have taken. So this is the case, and that's why it is not in the eyes of the people there should be a strong image of the judiciary. So here it is given that yes, there is no such thing, but yes, we need to bring such a set of the law. For example, we have the Bangalore Principle on the Judicial Conduct. What is this? This was the meeting of the judges, and they drafted international legal law, and under that particularly it was into the India 2002, and they have brought what type of the behavior and conduct it is expected from the judges. Okay, so here 6 core values that has been given, and even it was endorsed by the United Nations Commission on the Human Rights as well. So this is very beautifully it has brought that there should be the independence, impartiality, integrity, propriety, equality, and competence and diligence. So please remember all these things, and whenever you are going to talk about the independence of judiciary into the mains, if you will going to write, even if you will mention this Bangalore Principle of the Judicial Conduct, you will fetch extra marks. Okay, so what is the focus area? It's talk about the judges should free from the political and personal influence. There should not be any they should maintain a high moral standard, okay, and their decisions should be based on the law and evidence. All these things that has been mentioned, that should be the part of the characteristic and the conduct of the judges. Okay, so here you should be very careful. So this is all about it is the interview of the one of the advocates, Sanjay Hegde and Justice Deepak Gupta. So Hegde is about that there should be the cooling off period. It means that after the retirement there should be the 2 or 3 years you should not go to the join the any of the government post or the executive post. So this is known as the cooling of the period. So this is necessary. And the second thing it is talking about that the law commission has also talked about the cooling off period. Okay, so yes, and after the active career you should have some of the time, you should not join this, and this will reflect that yes you have the integrity. Otherwise the post retirement thing is always connected with the before the post-retirement judgment, okay, pre-retirement judgment, okay. So here it is given that people think that you are giving such a decision only due to the you were about to join the politics, okay. So here it is given that there has been the salient cases in the favor of the government, and if so does the remedy lies into the enactment of the central legislation, and the Supreme Court has shown reluctance to pass any such framework, okay. So here it is talking that any competent lawyers can perform the task of the reserve for the retired judges, and importance of integrity and caliber of individual holding such position. So here it is talking about that whenever you have to propose a fair and transparent method allotment of control by the judiciary where the justice is informed upcoming vacancies and the next available judges is assigned to the post. So here it is talking about that the different tribunal, different commissions that is made by the political party into the government or the executive. So it should be done by the judiciary itself. It shouldn't be by the executive, so that we could have the better independence of the judiciary. So here it is given. Other thing that is talking about that should we follow the US precedent, because in the US there is rule that a judge can be remain a judge for the whole life until and unless he die or he himself resign. So this is the case in the US. But here it is talking that this will be not that much advantageous, because it will cut down the use of the new mind, new young people, because we need to bring the new people, new thought into the judiciary. So otherwise it will also stagnate all the process, and it will be not good. So a regular retirement is needed. Even the US is thinking to reconsider this lifetime appointment process of the Supreme Court. And beside that also, instead of making the judges for the whole of the year, we can go for the increase into the this retirement age. That will be much better. Okay. So here it is talking about do we need to written test or something like that to appoint for this tribunal or the commissions. So here the Sanjay Hegde is talking that written test is not feasible. Instead of what we can do that separate a different type of the tribunal service should be developed and evolved, and the person should be trained in these areas, and gradually they should be appointed as the head of this institution. So it will be inside the system itself, and there will be the development of the skills and way to deliver all these things. Beside that, it is talking that do we need to post-retirement monetary perks, means do we need to increase the this post-retirement monetary assistance that is given. So here Justice Deepak Gupta, he is of the view that if there is the caliber into the judges and they are competent enough, they have the lot of the other work like that they can assist, they can work as the assist and the arbitrator or the legal advisor after the retirement, and lot of avenue for the earning the money. So all this thing here it is given. So please be very careful whenever you are going to for the writing an answer on the judiciary. Next important news that we are going to take is the nuclear energy fixing the finance. So we see that there is the very lack of financial mechanism for this nuclear energy, despite there is a lot of potential. So here it is start with the how did it come about. So okay. So the financing of this nuclear power plant, this was started into the UN climate conference. This was into the Dubai, UAE, and after that we brought up with the need to triple the nuclear energy by 2050, because we have the lot of potential to reduce the carbon emission and other greenhouse emission if you are going to use the nuclear energy. Already we have the IAEA. This is the International Atomic Energy Association. So it comes with the nuclear energy summit that was under that. It was the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, that has brought the atoms for the net zero program. And after that we start talking about the financing, how we should do for the financing. And why we are going for that? This nuclear energy, this is very much efficient because this is going to emit the 4 times less carbon than the solar farms. Even we talk about the renewable energy for the reduction of the carbon, and this solar and nuclear energy is going to emit even lesser than this renewable energy. Okay. And this nuclear power plant has the capacity to uninterrupted energy, because in this renewable energy, it depends upon the nature geography. For example, if there is the climatic condition or the weather condition that is fluctuating, the electricity supply will be fluctuating, but the nuclear energy, this is not that much, and it can be developed into the any area, maybe into the coastal area, maybe into the mountainous area, desert. Okay, that's why nuclear power project in India you can find in the most of the region. Okay. Besides that, this nuclear power plant have the low operating cost and the small land imprint and the longer life cycle. So just at the initial stage there will be the need of the money, but after that there will be the always only need of the this fuel that will consume. Otherwise there is no that much money and needed. Okay. Then you should know that how can nuclear energy be financed. So main issue is that we are talking about the finance through the cooperation. So first of all, we have developed the different technologies, such as we are going for the small modular reactors, radiation profiting in the existing plants, and the extended fuel cycle. All this has done the destigmatize this risk and destigmatize this nuclear energy and reduce the risk. So you should know this. What is the small modular reactor? They are they have the very much smaller than the traditional nuclear power plant, and by that it can be developed into the less cost, and beside that it has the possibility that the factory production could stimulate the construction and reduce the cost. And yes, this also reduce the risk as well. Radiation proofing of the existing plant. So here we can involve different material to block the ionizing radiation, protecting the workers and the surrounding environment. So what is the needed? There is the needed different materials such as the concrete, lead and water. All this can be used as the shielding material. Okay. And this will be based on the different type of the radiation and also on the intensity. If the type is the alpha, beta, gamma, neutron, all you should know they are the ranges, they are the different ranges with the different intensity. So intensity and the ranges are the different. So you should know extended fuel cycle, it means that the fuel will be reassembled for the operation, and by that before the replacement. Okay, so it will there could be the higher enrichment. Okay, so all this could be that, and it will help into the reduce waste and the enhance the economic scale. Okay, and also it will enhance the operating cost as well. Okay. So all this has been given that we can have the advancement in the technology and we can reduce the carbon emission. But the thing is that till now this multilateral development bank, they have not come forward to finance, and we have seen that the last finance by the World Bank was 1959, a very near about the 60 years back. So this is the condition. So how India is managing? First of all, we will see that has the cooperative model worked? So yes, it has worked. Many of the countries such as the France, South Korea, Russia, UK. Even we have seen in the Finland there is a very unique model of the cooperative financing, and it is known as the Mankala. So in the cooperative model, there is the different banks or the different companies, they come together and they pay for the construction, and after that they try to share the benefits. So here there is the different model that could be used. So financial creativity as well as there could be the low interest rate is possible. We can go. We have seen that there has been the increase in the capacity of in the area of the nuclear energy from the China, and it is very close to competing with the US. That is the has the largest capacity till now. What about the India? India started with its first commercial nuclear power plant in the Palghar, Tarapur. Please remember, this is into the Maharashtra, and the tariff rate was this. So it is comparable to the solar power tariff. Even the Kundakulam that has this level, and again it has the very much comparable with the those generation from the coal field. Okay, so with this all that new technology, we have reduced the stigma in India as well, because there is so many protests due to the people think lot of the there is a lot of the risk. Okay, weaponization, radiation, regulation, all these had the issue that the nuclear power plant face into the India. And this is the thing you should remember, that whenever you are going to write a answer, use these all points in a separate point form. Okay. And this is the reason that India has only 1.6% of the share into the total energy. And yes, this is the 2% into the total energy. In the renewable energy, it is 1.6%. This is the level. That is the main cause of the concern. Okay. So what we are doing, we are going to start, we have targeting that we will triple our nuclear power capacity from the 7,480 megawatt to the 22,480 megawatt by the 2031-32. This is our main attention, and we saw that there has been the interest from the government. Prime Minister also participated. There was the test of the prototype fast breeder reactors. So you should know these fast breeder reactors. They are the reactors. They are the technology by that we will produce the electricity by the nuclear energy, and same time we will produce the extra fuel. Means if you are going to, for example, if you are going to insert 1 kg of the coal and there is the 1 unit of the electricity after the production, if there is the 2 kg of the coal is coming out as well. So there will be the, whatever you are producing, you are getting more than that fuel. Again, you can use that. So this is the main benefit of this fast breeder reactors. It is known as the breeder because they breed. There will be the increase into the fuel. Why it is prototype? So because it is on the experimental level, that's why it is known as the prototype. Okay, so this is all about. Next important news is, why did Pakistan carry out air strike into the Afghanistan? So recently we saw that the Pakistan started the strike into the Afghan area of the Paktika and the coast. So please just locate this thing into your map. Please locate. And also there is the attack into the Waziristan area. So this is the attack. One is attacking in the one area, other is attacking into the other area, because they have the different type of terrorist. And just you should simplify that. Afghanistan think that the Pakistan is increasing the terrorism into the Afghanistan. Pakistan think it is the Afghanistan that is increasing the terrorism into the Pakistan. There is a different type of the tribe group. They support different government, different type of the military base, as well as many of them try to aspire for the independent state as well. So this is the region here that is going on. That's why the attack is going on each other. The most important thing that we should know is the location of this. This is the Paktika and this is the coast. So please remember, here we are into the Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. So this is the Pakistan here. This is the region, and this Waziristan area of the Pakistan where the Taliban attack is this is the area. Okay, this is the area. And that has been into the next map. This is the Waziristan area. So please be very careful. So this is the main issue. Other issue is with respect to the acceptance of the Durand line. So you should know this is for the prelims. The border line that separate Pakistan and Afghanistan is the Durand line. So this is very important. So this is the 2670 kilometer line, and there has been the disagreement between the Taliban and Pakistan, and this create a type of the suspicion and issue with respect to this ethnic Pashtun division. Already there is the opposition of the central government of the Pakistan, and if there is the confusion with respect to this line, this division increases. So this is all about, there is the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. This is considered by the terrorist group from the Pakistan, and Pakistan think the Taliban promote it, and it is the causing the attack into the Pakistan. So there is the different type of the Taliban as well. One Taliban that is supportive of the Pakistan, one Taliban that is the opposing the there is the issue with the Pakistan. Okay, so this is all about, you should know. North Waziristan, this was into the it is started with the suicide bomb into the North Waziristan, into the Pakistan area. Then the Asif Ali Zardari, the president, vowed, he promised that yes, there will be the, if there is killing of the soldiers, we will take the revenge, and they take the revenge with the air strike. So this is going on into the Pakistan and Afghanistan. You should knowing all this thing. It is from the business page. Here it is given that PMI signal a sharp rise. So what is the PMI? This is known as the Purchasing Manager Index, and it reflects the health of the manufacturing and the service sector. So please remember all these things. This is compiled on the monthly basis. Okay, so this index include the new order, and it is based on the interview of the senior executive at the different private sector companies. So what it's considered? New orders, output, employment, suppliers, delivery time, and stock of the purchase. So all this thing that is considered under this Purchasing Manager Index, and it is evaluated on the level of the 50. If it is the 50, so this is the no change. If it is more than the 50, there is the positive change. If it is the lower than the 50, so there is the negative change. So we have seen that there has been the positive change. It is the 59% compared to the 56% that was in the February. So it shows that there has been the quickened and robust demand. And yes, in the service sector as well, it is 60 from the 60.6 from the 60.3. So again, there has been the increase into the service sector as well. So what it reflect? Export order and backlogs. There has been a lot of backlogs that we are going to fulfill in this month. So that's why it increased. The export demand has also been increased. So all these things you should know. In the last news that is about the RBI finalized the framework for the SROs. So what is the SRO? They are the self-regulatory organization. So it is for the regulated entities. So what is the regulated entities? Regulated entities are those entities such as the banks or such as the fintech companies. Those comes under the regulation of the RBI, and RBI many times bring the self-regulation mechanism so that there could be the standardization of the different area. Okay, so it brought the parameters such as the objective, responsibilities, eligibility criteria, governance standard, application process, and other basic conditions on that they self-regulate. Okay, so this is all about, you should know. So this has been provided so that the self-regulation could be there. And okay, so this is all about. Let's solve some of the question that the area that we have covered. The first question. Consider the following water-related scheme or program in India. First, Pradhan Mantri Krisi Sinchai Yojana. Second, National Aquifer Mapping and Management Program. Third, Mission Amrit Sarovar. How many of the above comes under the Ministry of Jal Shakti? It is the comes, not the, this S is not here. COMES. S will be after that. Okay. So only one, only two, all the three, none. What will be the answer? So if you will go through the answer, Pradhan Mantri Krisi Sinchai Yojana, okay, this is National Aquifer Mapping. It is also under the purview of the Jal Shakti Ministry, and Mission Amrit Sarovar. This is also under the Ministry of the Jal Shakti. So all the three will be the correct answer. Question number 2. Which of the following is the key focus area of the per drop more crop component under the PMKSY? So first, construction of check dams and farm ponds, expansion of irrigation canals, promotion of micro irrigation technique, soil and water testing for the crop. So this is per drop more crop. This is talking about the micro irrigation, and government is funding under this initiative. This is under the Prime Minister Kisi Sichai Yojana. So please be careful. It will be the C. Question number 3. Jal Shakti Abhiyan campaign lay primary emphasis on A. Water conservation and rainwater harvesting, fluoride removal and the drinking water sources, cleaning of the polluted river and lakes, interstate water dispute resolution. So here it will be for the water conservation and rainwater harvesting. What it is doing? It is campaign. It is doing the mass campaign. Okay, so please remember. So A will be the correct answer. Question number 4. Which of the following statement is correct about the PMKSY water shed development component? Implemented by the Ministry of Rural Development, okay? Focuses on the groundwater recharge and restoration of ecological balance. Select the answer using the code given below. 1 only, both 1 and 2, 2 only, and neither 1 neither 2. So what is the correct answer? Yes, it is implemented by the Ministry of Rural Development, and it focuses on the ground recharge and restoration of ecology. So it will be the C will be the correct answer. Next question, consider following scheme program that and their focus area. Mission Amit Sir, soil and focus area, soil and water conservation in rain-fed area. Watershed management, sustainable irrigation practice. PMKSY, rejuvenation of water bodies. So what will be the correct answer? How many of the above pairs is correctly matched? Only 1, only 2, well, all the 3, none. So Mission Amit Sir, this is talking about the rejuvenation of water bodies. So it is A to the C, so 1 is not correctly matched. Watershed management, it's talk about the soil and water conservation in the rain-fed area. So B is also not correctly matched. PMKSY, Pradhan Mantri Kisi Sichai Yojana, this is talking about the sustainable irrigation. So it is not correctly matched. So none will be the correct answer. So this will be the correct answer. D will be the correct answer. Question number 6. Consider following parameters: outputs, new orders, supplier delivery times, consumers' confidence. How many of the above factors are parts of the purchasing manager's index calculation? Only 1, only 2, only 3, all the 4. So we find that yes, output was there, new order was there, suppliers delivery times were there, but the consumer's confidence, that was not there. So it is incorrect. So the correct answer is the only 3. So C will be the correct answer. Next question, consider following statement about the purchasing manager index. A PMI reading consistently below 50 is indicator of the potential economic recession. PMI data is useful for the policy making in formulating the monetary and fiscal policy. Of course, if there is the consistently low, this means the low order and the activities is low, employment is low, all this thing is going in the negative area, so that is correct. And PMI is useful for the policy making. So yes, there could be the monetary decision when we need to support from the RBI and the government. RBI can change the monetary rules, okay. And fiscal policy as well. The government can do some infrastructure activity or participate into the manufacturing and service area. So both are the correct, so C will be the correct answer. So here we have covered most of the area that is from the today's newspaper. So here we will conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.